Hi guys, Mrs. Pachadik here. I want to demonstrate your drawing tools and some drawing exercises that we're going to, oh my God, there's a deer. There's a deer. Hold on. There's a deer right outside of the school building. You guys see that? There's a deer out there. Huh. How cute. Hi, little deer. I don't know if you see me. Oh. Hi. Hi there. Okay. Back to art. Okay, we're back. Nice little distraction there. Anyway, what was I talking about? We're gonna do our drawing tools, and then I'm going to show you some drawing exercises that I want you to do to prepare yourself for the final drawing. So hopefully you were able to get the materials on the list. The one that I really need you to have is your drawing pencil, and that's your ebony pencil. This pencil is a dark pencil. It's the equivalent of like a 6B pencil, but this is going to be our main drawing pencil. An eraser, just a plain pink eraser is all you need, and a tissue that you use to just blow your nose, something that doesn't have lotion in it. Just a plain white tissue is all you need. All right, so make sure your pencil's sharp, and we're going to do 2 exercises on one piece of paper. The first exercise is a value scale, and we're going to use our pencil to do 5 different values with the one pencil. We're going to start with a light value, and then we're going to do a medium value, then we're going to do a dark value, and then we're going to do a couple in between too. So for your light value, draw a square. For your medium value, draw a square. For your dark value, draw a square. And then draw 2 squares, 1 square in between each, for a total of 5 squares. Now, I want to talk to you about what not to do when you're doing shading or value. First thing I don't want to see when you're doing shading is taking your pencil and doing this for shading. That's not shading. Next thing I don't want to see you do is this. With your finger. That's not shading. Don't do this either. Don't take the side of your pencil and do that with the side of your pencil. That's not shading either. Instead, you're going to take a sharp pencil and you're going to change the pencil pressure of your hand. So the lighter pressure that you put on will give you a lighter mark. The heavier pressure will give a heavier or darker mark. So start with your light, and as light as you possibly can. You want to even hold the pencil really loosely and just barely touch the page. And you're just making lines, lots of lines over top of each other. Okay, now that's your light value. One other thing you can do is you can take your tissue and you can just soften that value up. And when you use your tissue, what the tissue also does is it lifts up some of that pencil so it makes it even lighter. So be careful when you're using your tissue. You don't want to lift up any value, especially if you want to leave it nice and dark. Your next value you want to do in your value scale is your dark value. Obviously, that's going to be your heaviest pencil pressure, because that's your lightest, your darkest value, rather. So there we have our dark value. And you don't want to use your tissue with that, because if you do, you're going to lift up some of that dark value and it's not going to be dark anymore. Now your medium value, I would do the medium value next. You want to use just a medium pencil pressure. Going back over it. You can take your tissue and soften that up. And you can always go back over and make something darker if you need to. All right, now that we have our light, medium, and dark, we need to get our two in-between values. Now these in-between values, you want this one to be darker than this one, but lighter than that one. For this one, you want it to be darker than that one, but lighter than that one. So I'm going to keep looking at this one that I just did. I've got a little heavier hand, kind of looking as I go over it. I'm going to go back over it a little bit more. Okay, so that's a little bit darker. I'm not going to use my tissue on this because I don't want to lighten it up anymore. I like that transition. All right, so my next one, I want it to be lighter or darker than this one, but lighter than this one. So a little light-handed, but not as light as I did over here. I think we're getting there. I'm gonna hit it with the tissue. There we go. All right, so now we have our value scale: light, medium, and dark.